How's it going out there, everybody? We're just about to begin this week's recording. Whoa, how's it going there? Hey, hi. Let's get a couple of those bumpers out of there. Ooh, not too many. There we go. How's it going, Z?
It's okay.
I'm okay, too. How's it going? How are you doing out there, everyone? You ready to record?
Mm-hmm.
I think the heating system in here is ready to record.
Oh, should we shut that off?
I did, and it takes its
time.
Yep.
All right, well, eventually in a moment, there it goes. There it goes.
All right, now we can officially kick
Okay.
this one off. Are you ready, Z? Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Can we try
Good
that
enough.
again? Try it again.
3, 2, 1.
That's better.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are the Puppet Parent Podcast.
I'm Z.
I'm Chad.
We're parents,
We're puppeteers.
and we have a podcast.
Hey.
We record every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern live. So if you want to tune in, you can go to our Facebook page and say hi to us in the chat, ask us questions. We've been recording these podcasts since the week of March 17th when everything got crazy in New York City. We were in New York City March, April, and May with our 2 kids, ages 5 and 7. And then June 1st, we decided to temporarily leave New York City and come out to Western New York to stay with Chad's parents south of Buffalo. And then a summer of staying with Chad's parents became indefinitely staying with Chad's parents.
That's a big
until
word. When you say indefinitely, it sounds like infinite.
Maybe
Definitely.
that's what it feels like to me.
But that's not the case because vaccines are on the horizon, Z. And I've told my parents as soon as we get a shot in the arm, two shots in the arm, we are out of here. Well, that means we get to go back to
Our
New York
life.
City and be part of the amazing rebuild of the theater scene in the city like you've never seen before.
Yes, our
It's gonna
home.
be great.
Our home city.
Yeah.
So we are super thankful to Springville Center for the Arts because they have provided a residency space for us to be able to perform our shows, record our podcasts, and build things.
Yeah.
And
look, there's a little something over here.
just a lion's tail, like you do. Proof that we're puppeteers.
That's right.
And it's just going to stay there now.
Yes.
We also want to say thank you to our neighbors upstairs, Love Inc., for being awesome neighbors and for helping so many people in the area through all the work that they do, charitable stuff.
Yeah.
So how was your Thanksgiving, Chad?
Yeah, I was thankful for a lot of things. I got to say grace. So I got to say what I was thankful for, which was like I'm thankful we're all still healthy.
Did we all go around the table and say what we were thankful for?
We did. It's because the boys have no concept of tradition, which is awesome. So I said what I was thankful for, and then Finn and Leaf just took it off, just be like, well, I'm thankful for this, and I'm thankful for this. And
or were they like video games?
No, it was,
I don't remember.
It was like thankful that we could have fun and have all this food and be here
Yeah.
together. And I said, I'm thankful we're still able to stay here, and then it became like everybody around the table said what they were thankful for, and that was wonderful.
What did I say I was thankful for?
Something nice.
Okay, good.
Yeah, it was great.
I think I was so just done from cooking like 5 different dishes and maybe having 3 glasses of wine that I don't really remember that part. I was so thankful to be done cooking.
You definitely you were definitely the cooking show host from Gremlins 2.
Oh yeah. Oh.
It's like dunking sherry into everything. No, you definitely have like a glass of wine in between dishes that you were making, which whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I had a good time. It was fun for me. But I think I was just so relieved that it was all done that I might have like slept for 10 minutes at the table or something and not realized it.
We definitely all slept. Actually, every time I eat the leftovers, and now it's a few days after Thanksgiving, it's Sunday. I've eaten leftovers every single day, and there's more and more to come because we had a very small Thanksgiving feast, but we made the same portions for if we had like 20 people. So we've just been eating. I've been eating Thanksgiving dinner like it's been Thanksgiving week. And because my mom gave me too many dry pudding mixes, which I just made, I had instead of just having 2 pies, really we could have just had 1 pie. We had enough pudding for like 10 pies. So I put those into containers, and I've just been eating those. You just take some pudding out of because it's a pudding pie. You take some pudding out of the extra bowl, because we ate those 2 pies quick. And you just put some whipped topping on it, and it's just as good without the pie crust. But today I realized that I put way too much pudding into my bowl, and I was like, well, I already put the whipped topping on top, so I gotta eat it. And then I had to take a nap immediately afterwards.
Aww.
It's one of those things where I was
Pudding
like,
nap.
I'm about to eat a lot of pudding, and I already feel full, but I want it.
Yeah.
I want that pudding. So it's definitely like I ate lunch and dinner in
I
the same
think
meal.
that's what happened to me at Thanksgiving, honestly, is because I was eating while I was cooking. And so then by the time we sat down for the meal, I was like, is it nap time yet? I'm a little done. But it was very nice. And it was just nice to get to have Thanksgiving all together. We haven't been here for Thanksgiving in a long time. We have Thanksgiving in a different place every year. So we don't really have a lot of Thanksgiving traditions other than we go somewhere and we eat, and it's not at our own house.
I love that.
I guess we've kept that tradition of not having Thanksgiving at our own house.
I think that we should always keep that, because it's just so wonderful, because we both grew up in houses where you established the tradition before you were born, right? And then you never ever veer away from that. Now, we started to do different things. My family, once all his kids went off to college, but it's like at least 20 years of doing the same exact thing, just because it's like I'm ready for some new stuff.
Well, we've been doing different things every year. So
yeah.
So it was fun to be here for this year, because we haven't been here for Thanksgiving in a long time.
Yeah, so we were talking about so Thanksgivings we've done in other places. So let's see. So this Thanksgiving, Western New York.
Yep.
Last Thanksgiving
Was with Aunt Emmy.
Yep, in Brooklyn.
In Brooklyn.
Right, at her old place.
Yep.
One of her many old places. And we also went, let's see, next year in California. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we'll see you out there.
What's up?
It's a promise.
Oh, that would be so great.
Miss Missy Brodsky.
Get ready.
In the chat. Yes, absolutely.
Does Tim feel okay with that? It's 2 rambunctious boys who would probably love playing with your dogs, to be honest. But
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Or in Disneyland, or
Missy said that in the chat. So if you're listening and you're like, I want them to say stuff to me, you got to say stuff in the chat. But we would love to come to California for next Thanksgiving. That sounds like such a good idea.
There you go. Next year in California.
Sure.
We've done we did Thanksgiving in Boston. We're at Paul Vincent Davis's house with Honey Goodenough.
Yes,
and that was the first time I actually carved a turkey, because never get to cook or carve a turkey.
Yeah.
Ever, because it's always your parental figure.
And
right?
Honey brined that turkey, and it was so good. And by the way, this year Honey Goodenough is engaged. She's gonna get married. Yay! So we're so happy. Congratulations, Honey. And that's really her name, for those of you who don't know, who aren't in the puppetry community. Honey Goodenough is a real person, and that's truly her name, and she's awesome.
What? I mean, Missy Brodsky, Honey Goodenough, Zebra. I mean, like, puppeteers have, like, interesting names, right? And they also have interesting faces. I thought about this when I was a videographer and not a puppeteer. I was looking in through a lens at the puppetry community. I was like, puppeteers all have interesting faces.
I'm playing with this lion puppet.
And then one day I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, wait a minute. Is my face interesting too?
And do you get to be in the interesting face club?
I guess, right?
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Sounds like something where like you get a face mailed to you for like $1 a week or something. Or like a mystery box face. Every month you get a box of the face in it.
So also in the midst of getting ready for Thanksgiving and having like some days that feel a little bit different, because one of our surviving mechanisms, because again, we have 2 kids, ages 5 and 7. They're both doing remote learning out here, is having the days be basically the same every day has made things like really okay for us and stable. And so the last few days have not been the same, but that's been okay too. And like today, I think I read to them for maybe about 3.5 hours. And there was like a couple of breaks for snacks, but then we definitely went back to continuing to read more because that's what they wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. And we didn't have anything else that needed to be done in that moment. So that was really fun. But in the midst of Thanksgiving, we also have a show that Chad has been working really hard on. I've been working on it too. And it's going to be premiering in a couple days.
That's right.
And
You're ready for this watching in video. Here it is. It's the troll that stole Hanukkah.
Well, you showed that
That's
troll
right.
last week.
Oh, well, goodbye. Goodbye. Whee!
Can you show
Who
the new
cares?
puppet?
What new puppet?
The
yeah.
the boss.
The boss. That's right. We
Boss.
changed it. It was gonna be the main character's mother, but then we'll talk about that. But then we changed it.
Hey, Marika.
So they're
Hello,
their boss.
Marika
Wah!
said hello.
So this is
So-
the evil antagonizing boss who has a permanent frown on their face. If you're watching this on video,
She
and
must
a
be a very comfortable
pointy
boss to like
nose.
wear her bathrobe to work.
That's
but
the worst kind of boss,
I know.
actually. The kind of just walks in wearing whatever. You're like, oh, put something on, please.
Here, let me fix her
And ears,
robe.
thank you.
There we go.
Ears that may be misconstrued as horns. That was part of the character design that Z made into it. And their hair is just up in something, but it's
no,
not.
these are
not ready yet.
curlers.
That's right, curlers.
Curlers.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody watched, what was that show called? You Can't Do This on Television. If anybody ever watched that show, there was like the family unit where the mom was always wearing the yellow dish gloves. Even though she was like knitting, she'd even still wear those. And I feel like even though she didn't have curlers still in her hair, like it was as if she did. And she had like red hair and it was curly. I don't know if anybody remembers that mom character. I think that's like my go-to archetype for all like evil, domineering, female characters that don't take care of themselves so much, like that character. And I might be totally off from what that character actually was, but in my head, that's what it was, like from watching it when I was, like 4 or 5. So
I thought it looked a little bit like there was this old sitcom. I don't know if it was All in the Family or there was like this comedian who dressed up as like an older woman, and she was like the star of the show. It was like this old lady sitcom. It kind of reminded me of that.
well, in Golden Girls,
Well, I mean,
they-
Golden Girls.
yeah.
I wouldn't compare this character to any of the saints from Golden Girls. This one is definitely
No, she's an archetype
the point.
of sorts.
The point of the show is for the main character to overcome not just these 3 monsters, but also to overcome the stress and mostly just stress, and to learn how to calm themselves down and get through problems. And then at the end of the show, they teach that to their boss, right? Who kind of shows in the end why they've been acting this way. It's just they're just stressed out and they hate talking to people, which I definitely relate to, because some people get stressed out talking to people, right?
Mama's Family. That's what
Mama's
Missy
Family.
is
Oh,
saying.
thank you. I never watched the show, but I would always see like time
from
video
it.
clips.
Yeah,
say,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, the hilarious moments of
Yeah.
Mama's Family. Don't you put that in my thing? Oh, she's so old.
Call 1-800-TIME-TV now and get your collection of Mama's Family.
That's
blah, blah,
right.
blah.
Yeah. Next up, it's the best moments of Red Skeleton on 12 VHS tapes. and so on and so on.
Aw.
So anyway, yeah, show
So-
about mindfulness and calming down. But we had a disagreement because you gave me all these great notes because I just
I
performed it.
did. I'm very good at giving notes.
That's right. I just performed it live in front of people for
the first
first
time.
time ever.
Nerve-wracking. You did a good job.
I had just done it scene by scene before. I'm still trying to memorize the script. And I definitely put things in there, live performance. I was trying out some things. That did not work. They were like, why do you eat the candle? I'm like, I don't know. Just get through it. But the one thing that I disagreed, or that we talked about with your notes, which is very timely, which is why I wanted to talk about it, is hugging. Mm-hmm. Because
All right, people
one of
who are
the-
listening, help me out here.
so...
Back me up.
So thank you. Vicki Lawrence played the mom. Very talented Vicki Lawrence, I'll say that. Thank you, Missy Brodsky. So when I did research about techniques to give kids to calm themselves down, right? When kids get stressed out, same with adults, I feel. we put all those things into the show. It's this little chant that's the main character's best friend, this ghost squirrel, or maybe regular squirrel, I don't know, gives them is oh man, I'm forgetting them. No, close your eyes, count to 5, take a breath, and hug. And I was thinking, you got to hug other people. But then you told me after the show, you can't hug other people right now.
I feel like it's too charged. We're trying so hard to like keep distance from people, and also in schools you can't be hugging other people. Like it's just not part of the things that I feel like we want to be modeling in terms of like there are so many different calm down techniques. We don't need to be including hugging. So that was my note, and we went back and forth on that. And I said closing your eyes, counting to 5. And a deep breath, I think are all, I would do it in the other, close your eyes, take a deep breath, count to 5. I think 3 is good. 3 is good. Power
Just 3.
Power 3.
I guess so. Then what about hug yourself?
You could hug yourself.
How you feeling? Hug yourself?
But I don't think it's necessary. Ooh, what does Marika say?
Let's see,
Foot bumps instead of giving
Foot
high
bumps.
fives. I'm giving foot fives now.
I like that. No,
Hard for the puppets.
Okay,
But
yeah, that's true. The hand puppets don't have feet.
they could do butt bumps. But
It's true.
I feel like power 3,
Mm-hmm.
you have 3 things. You could make it into almost like a little rhyme almost if we thought about it enough. And then like repetition.
Yeah, well, I kind of combined 2 for she comes up against this wolf, and they combine the 2 of them. Could they combine take a deep breath and count to 5 together? So maybe it could just be one of those.
Well,
Not
Daniel
sure.
Tiger also talks about if you feel so mad that you want to roar, take a deep breath and count to 4. So, I mean, I feel like
Daniel Tiger.
Well,
Man,
Daniel
they're so
Tiger's got
good.
all the answers, man.
That's true.
But hug yourself is good, or hug a lovey or a teddy, says Missy Brodsky. See, I think that keeping the distance, like, because even when you have family members, like maybe some family did come to visit for Thanksgiving, even though we weren't supposed to necessarily be seeing family. Sometimes family just needs to see each other for different reasons. Everybody's family is different. Maybe you were being extra cautious, but then you shouldn't hug that family. You have to stay apart from that family. And I just feel like now is not the time to be including hugging in a show. Or just shovel stovetop stuffing into your face. I mean, really, that's what I've been doing.
Thank you, Marika.
Yeah.
I agree. I've been doing that all week.
This is why we're
actually.
friends, Marika. Fill the void. Fill the
Oh,
void.
goodness.
Why do you think I keep wearing these huge sweatshirts
Oh,
every
no.
Sunday?
Really? You've been packing it in?
I don't know.
I
Maybe not.
definitely
But
have.
I definitely have gotten to a point where I'm only wearing
Yes.
comfortable things. And even though we're broadcasting this live and anybody could watch it on the internet, I'm wearing a winter hat, a sweatshirt, and very comfortable pants.
Very
and I'm
comfortable
happy
pants.
about those choices.
Yay.
So
So I'm looking forward to. So I got some great notes. We're gonna fix a couple things about the puppets, right? And then we're gonna record it. I'm gonna try and record it tomorrow because we got deadlines. The greatest thing you could ever give someone, a creative person, is a deadline. So I actually just reposted that starting December 6th, I think through the 13th, we're basically putting this video out, leasing it out to a place that is like, if you're registered with them, you can watch this video any place within, I think, like a week. So in order to do that, I have to give it to them. In order to do that, I have to actually do it in front of a camera, which will be way easier without an audience. Let me tell you, it is nerve-wracking to do a new piece in front of people because you forget things.
you did a good job. You did a good
And then you
job.
try things and you're like, that was the wrong choice. Oh, well, keep going. Somehow justify it. Yeah, one of the boys, like the wolf, ate the candle because I just need to get this off stage. He ate the candle, and then the boys were like, why do you eat the candle? And then how are they going to get the candle back? And I'm sitting there with the puppets in my hand going, all right, he's just going to toot it out. Out it goes.
That will not happen in the actual show.
No, that will not make the final cut.
So it's been a busy time of trying to get things completed for the show, but that's been good. And I have like a little workstation set up back at the house now because it's cold and the weather is uncertain. And so I can build at the house after we put the kids to bed at night. So that's been nice. And I don't know, it's crazy to think that it's going to be December in a couple days. So we have to start getting things together for that. And I plan to put up the tree. We have a fake tree that we bought last year for your parents' house because we had all this stuff for Christmas, but we never actually celebrated Christmas. We have never celebrated Christmas in our apartment. We've always celebrated Christmas at your parents' house.
Yes.
And so it started to feel like, well, I want to be able to have our Christmas tree at your parents' house because that's where we celebrate Christmas. So, and we needed room in our apartment. So we took all the Christmas stuff and brought it to your parents' house. So it's been here for a year waiting for us from last year. And last year we bought a fake Christmas tree that's pre-lit.
Yeah.
So,
also you were saying that because my parents have so many decorations for their tree that they've accumulated over, at least 40 years.
yeah.
And that there's no possible way you can get all that onto a giant 8-foot tree. Even though we pile it on there every single year.
I don't know. I put most of them on.
There's no room. Well, you're the one who actually cares. The rest of us, for years and decades, had to be dragged over. And then we would do what we want, which is just throw things on and have a good time. And it would freak my mom out every time.
Yeah.
Like, stop throwing things.
So anyway, I'm excited. On Monday, I'm going to set up the tree and decorate it with our stuff and like start decorating the house just slowly, like different things every day. And eventually we're just going to be Christmased out at your parents' house. And I plan on decorating the outside of the house, which I don't know how they're going to feel about that, but I'm doing it. So,
awesome. I didn't have time because we're developing this new show and everything else. But I wanted to make an advent calendar punch wall where you like punch, like you have like little, solo cups that you've covered in dollar store napkins, which is the best way, as I've heard, because they're really flimsy.
Okay.
So it's like almost like tissue paper, and you punch through the solo cup, and you get whatever's inside. I was really going to do that, but then it just kind of ran out of time.
What were you going to put inside?
Exactly. You got to get little trinkets or something also.
It's a lot it's 25 days. It's a lot. Plus, our elf jingle, we have the door for the elf to come through to come to our house.
Yes.
Or the grandma and grandpa's house this year. So
yes,
there's a lot to do.
Jingle always shows up no matter what.
I know.
So I'm kind of wondering if, they said on TV that Santa was immune to any kind of disease or viruses. And I got to agree, if you're a magical being, like with established all kinds of crazy magic, there's no way you're going to be susceptible to some kind of human illness.
No, Santa doesn't get sick.
Santa doesn't need to wear a mask.
No.
Unless they want to. That's totally fine. And I feel like the elves, too.
Santa doesn't get sick.
That's right.
Not Santa on Christmas Eve when he's doing all his work and everything.
I think maybe if Santa did wear a mask, if you saw Santa and they were wearing a mask, it would be just to be polite, because everyone's wearing masks.
Form. Yeah,
and
he's trying to be a good role model.
When in Rome, if everyone's wearing masks, you got to wear one too, and that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm. So we celebrate Christmas and Hanukkah in our family, and that's how I grew up, celebrating both. And so we will continue to celebrate both. And I'm just looking forward to watching a lot of Christmas movies and eating Christmas cookies and having the Hanukkah menorah and latkes, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So December's fun, and it'll also be a short month because it's, for me, only a couple weeks of work, I think, for my day job and then vacation. So that'll also be nice. So, yeah, and then it's the end of the year, which is also nice. So new year, new beginnings. 2021. Let's hope it's better than 2020.
Well, a 1 is way better than a 0.
Well, depends. The Beatles say it's the loneliest number, but
Aww.
I know.
Well,
anyway.
We're not up to 3. I mean, 3's a magic number.
We're slowly getting there.
Yeah.
But so that's it. That's our little update about Thanksgiving and what we've been up to. we've just been trudging along, kind of
Yeah.
getting through things day by day.
Yeah, we had some good news. Our friends at the Carroll Garden School, PS 58, or is it 85? I think it's 58. 58 are still around, and they still want to see puppets, so thank goodness. We had some residencies. Also, the Intrepid were on the list of people they contact. They're going to do a virtual Kids Week in February. So hopefully we'll get to be part of that. So it felt nice. Like once October rolled around, it was like Halloween magic, where suddenly things started turning out like roses for America, for our country. You know, all the evil people in charge started getting sick. You know, like karma finally started rolling
Well, okay.
around.
I'm not saluting that, but
No, I'm just saying, you know, like
I don't ever
if-
want anybody to get sick.
That's why I feel like the people who are encouraging people to do risky behavior, like not wear masks and believe that this virus that killed, you know, 250,000 people was a hoax. When those people got sick, I felt like, okay, you know, good. Because maybe them and the people that support them will feel like, okay, this is not a joke anymore. After 8 months at that point.
I understand that feeling, and I might have felt a little bit of that as well, but I also was just kind of feeling like, I don't know. I think I'm just exhausted.
Yeah,
I think I just
get
want
it.
this all to be over, and even the feeling of like some kind of comeuppance that it pales. Our kids are watching Netflix in the other room, if you're wondering what that is. The grandparents had to step out today and had other plans, so they're with us. Yay, parents. So anyway,
No, I'm not saying
I'm
that
just
I wish
ready.
ill on
I'm ready to
people.
go back
It's-
to New York City and to have our life back again. And
I get it, but you know, I don't know. I feel like I'm on the other side where I feel like it's hard. It's hard to do what we're all doing. Like everybody out there, like it's tough times for everybody, no matter how comfortable you are right now. You know, no matter how uncomfortable, like we're all in this kind of like place where a lot of us wish that it could be over, you know, but at the same time, I feel like we're more patient than that, you know, like we stuck it out this far. We can stuck it out. Like we can stick it out like another 6 to 8 months. We got this. It's gonna be okay, and it's gonna be longer than we think, you know, because big changes move
Slowly.
kind of really slowly. So
yeah.
when I set up in August, when I set up the post office temporary address change again, when I set it for March, I was thinking like, yeah, that'll be it, you know. But now it feels like probably
maybe,
June.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see.
We'll
It
probably
would
be
nice
spending an entire year here.
It would be nice to know that we could that we could perform outside and do like park shows this next summer.
Absolutely.
But we'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, it's been good, and you know, every week we always want to make sure that we say that if you're having a hard time, if things are just feeling like darker for you in some capacities, or you're feeling like maybe you don't want to see the next day, or you can't really envision what 2 days from now looks like, you're feeling really blue, it's time to talk to somebody. You know, we care about you, and we want to make sure that we all get through this. And nothing is so bad that it can't be figured out in some way. So make sure that you take care of yourself, take care of your brain, take care of your heart, take care of your body. And if you need to talk to somebody, please make sure that you find somebody to talk to. Okay, that's my little PSA, because we've had too many people in our circles not taking care of each other, and we need to make sure that we are. And we love you, and you're important, and you matter.
And you got this. You're strong, you know? And you got to be strong in here, too. You got to be strong for yourself, and you got to be strong for a lot of people, because some people don't have a choice. Friends of ours, I had a friend who, our friend Charles, who randomly, he's a very young guy, randomly got brain cancer. And he had no choice in the matter. There's nothing he could do. And we watched him slowly die, you know, over a period of 1.5 years. And I think about him when I see people saying that I want my old life back. Let's go. Let's end this thing. I want to do the things. I don't care about like wearing a mask, or I just want to like go eat in a restaurant with other people, I feel like come on, you have a choice, and like make the right choice. You know, make the right choice for yourself, make the right choice for everybody else, because you have a choice. Not everybody does, and I feel like personally, I feel like I have to make it up. I have to make the right choice for the people that didn't make it. You know, like for the people that for whatever, you know, fate or just bad luck or whatever, you know, aren't even here to hang out with us anymore.
You have to do better and be better and all of it. But sometimes it's really hard to feel like you can do those things. So
I get it.
And you know, it's understandable if you're feeling like it's a lot, because it is a lot. Everything, all of this is a lot. And when I think about like the kind of parent that I want to be, that I'm trying to be, every once in a while, I feel like I actually achieve that. And most of the time, I feel like I'm missing the mark, which just means also that I'm just like perpetually really hard on myself. Because I think I have just really high expectations for the kind of parent that I want to be. But you know, we can't be so hard on ourselves that we can't take a moment to appreciate the things that we are able to do. And for some of my friends out there who are having a very, very difficult time, who have experienced traumatic loss, who are going through a lot of big changes or big painful things in their lives, you know, even a little thing like taking a shower is a very big deal right now. And I just want to say, like, try to find that one little thing that you can do for yourself that's like a really big deal for you, and let yourself have that as a mini celebration. I know I do that. I have mini celebrations all the time for myself, because like, who else is going to be your biggest cheerleader? It has to be you. You have to figure it out in yourself to be like, look at you, you did it. You did the thing. Because if you're alone and you're not talking to enough people, like, no one else is going to say that for you. So, and Uncle Tom, yeah, Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. So let me just tell you, they had a live show at the Goodspeed Opera House that was a live version of that piece. And who knows, there might be a future for it in some capacity in that realm. I don't know. Or there might be, because they did that for 2 seasons in Connecticut at the Goodspeed Opera House. And there might be a way to be able to see it online somehow. But I don't know that they're going to broadcast it on TV. Emmett Otter.
I used to remember, just like Uncle Tom in chat is mentioning, I used to remember when we went over to probably your house, Uncle Tom, to hang out like Christmas or Thanksgiving on HBO, which we didn't get because we only had 3 channels out in the middle of nowhere. They were always playing the Sesame Street Christmas special, where Sesame Street and the Muppets got together for the first time ever. It was like, oh my God. It was crazy. And Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. And we had a VHS tape from one of our cousins of the Sesame Street Muppet Show special. And interspliced, of course, in the commercial breaks were commercials for the Emmett's Jug Band Christmas, including the very famous shots of them singing as they're canoeing in the river.
Oh, yeah.
Which...
So good.
Yeah, which is super cool. Like, and now that I know how they did that, with Jim underwater, it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas, it's really fun.
It's
the live
sweet.
show I didn't get to see,
sweet.
but knowing the film, the
it was
short
also
film,
very sweet.
Yeah.
But our kids are in the other room, so we said we were going to do a shorter one today.
Yeah,
we promised them that we were going to drive around the village a little bit so they could play Pokemon Go in the back seat and
right.
fling some Pokestops for the week so that they'll have some Pokeballs to play with. If you don't even know what we're talking about, don't worry about it.
That's quite all right. It's only one of the biggest franchises. It's made like billions of dollars this year thanks to the pandemic. Anyway, we are the Puppet Parent Podcast.
Yay.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Take care of each other and yourselves.
Yeah, you can check out our archives. You can over at puppetparentpodcast.com. Listen to our MP3s wherever you get your podcasts, because we're on a lot of different places. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks to everybody in chat. You matter to us. Thanks, Missy and David and Marika.
Yeah,
and
thanks
Uncle Tom.
everybody. We love you
Good to
all
see you
so
guys.
much, and we'll check in again next week.
All right, bye.